Imagine for a moment, you find yourself in a room full of people, each one talking over the other, competing for attention, striving for control, the noise, the chaos. It's overwhelming, but there you stand, calm, collected, almost invisible. And in that silence, you hold the power. What if I told you that you don't need to yell, argue, or even speak to outsmart everyone in the room? What if the real secret to mastering any situation lies in your ability to remain calm, composed, and silent? This is the ancient art of silent mastery. It's the ability to outmaneuver, influence, and lead, all without a single word. This isn't just philosophy, it's the way the great minds of the past lived, and it's the path to true power in the modern world. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where the more you spoke, the more you lost control? Perhaps it was a heated debate, or a confrontation that spiraled out of control. How often have you felt that the louder you were, the more power you handed away? If this resonates with you, I want you to drop a comment below with, "Silence speaks louder." Let's start this journey together, and let's unlock the secrets of outsmarting the world silently. And if you're ready to uncover these powerful techniques, don't forget to like this video, because when you tap that thumbs up, you're signaling that you're ready to step into your silent power. Now, let's begin. We're going to walk through an ancient philosophy, one that has been practiced by the greatest minds for thousands of years: Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that true mastery comes not from how loudly we speak, but from how calmly we act. It's the wisdom of understanding that we cannot control the world around us, but we can always control how we respond to it. In the midst of chaos, the Stoics taught, we are invited to find our quiet center, the place from which true power flows. Think of it this way. Silence, when practiced deliberately, holds immense power. It's not passive, it's not weak. It's the art of standing still while the world around you rushes by, knowing that in your stillness lies the ability to outsmart even the loudest, most aggressive forces. In Stoic thought, we learn that emotions like anger, fear, and desire often cloud our judgment. When we act impulsively, driven by emotion, we hand away our power. But in the art of silence, we reclaim it. This is the path of the Stoic sage, one who speaks little, but whose actions resonate with strength, wisdom, and foresight. We are taught that in every situation, there is always a choice to react, to get caught up in the drama, or to pause, observe, and respond with intention. This pause, the moment of silence, is where we gain clarity. It's where we see the bigger picture, and most importantly, it's where we realize that we don't need to shout to be heard. As we move forward in this video, we'll uncover the deep, transformative power of this Stoic practice. You'll learn how to harness the strength of silence, how to create an unshakable presence in every room, and how to outsmart the noise without ever raising your voice. Are you ready to embrace this ancient silent power? To understand this, we must first look back, way back, to the ancient philosophers who understood power not as domination, but as stillness. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, were not concerned with the loudest voice or the strongest posture. They saw the world not as a place to conquer, but as a space to master oneself. In the bustling world of ancient Greece and Rome, where power was often defined by physical might and verbal sparring, these philosophers saw things differently. They knew that true influence came from within, by mastering one's own mind. The Stoics practiced a quiet, internal discipline that allowed them to rise above the fray and operate with clarity no matter how intense the external forces. They were not moved by the noise of the crowd, nor by the whims of fate. Instead, they cultivated an unshakable inner calm, understanding that this was where their true strength lay. But here's the secret the world has forgotten. While many seek power through force, those who master their minds wield the truest form of control. The quietest people often have the loudest presence, not because they demand attention, but because their very existence commands respect. They don't react. They respond. They don't get swept away in the drama. They stay grounded, centered, and aware. And in doing so, they outsmart the chaos around them. The Stoics believed that by controlling our reactions, we become immune to the whims of the world. Our peace becomes unbreakable. And it is from this peace that we derive power. You see, The loudest person in the room is often the most insecure. They are trying to gain something external, whether it's approval, validation, or control. But the Stoic, by staying silent and composed, knows they already possess everything they need. This is the key to outsmarting everyone. It's not in what you say, but in how you say nothing at all. It's in remaining unshaken by insults, criticisms, and the demands of others. It's in holding your ground while the world spins out of control. And most importantly, it's about knowing that your calmness, your stillness, is what truly influences the world around you. Let's break this down further. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded by noise, social media, work demands, personal drama. It's easy to get caught in the frenzy, to react to every message, every notification, every disagreement. But when you begin to practice the art of silence, you begin to see how little power these things have over you. Think about it. How often do you find yourself dragged into a conversation you didn't want to have? Or how many times have you allowed someone's criticism to shake your confidence? In the heat of the moment, it feels like we have no choice but to respond, to defend, to fight. But the Stoics teach us that this reaction is exactly what robs us of our power. The moment we react, we lose control of the situation. We've handed our peace over to someone else's influence. But silence, true silence, gives you the space to make a choice. It allows you to step back, observe, and understand the situation with clarity. In that moment of silence, you don't react, you respond. You choose the most measured, thoughtful course of action, rather than being driven by the impulse of the moment. And here's the beauty of it. People notice. They notice when you don't get flustered. They notice when you remain calm, even when everyone else is losing their minds. They may not always understand why, but they'll respect it. And over time, that respect turns into influence. The people around you begin to trust your judgment, they seek your counsel, and they follow your lead. Not because you shout the loudest, but because your silence speaks volumes. Now, let's talk about how you can apply this ancient wisdom to your own life. The first step is simple. Practice the pause. When you feel the urge to react, whether it's to defend yourself, argue, or respond out of emotion, take a moment. A single breath is often all it takes. This pause creates a space between stimulus and response, and in that space lies your power. In the beginning, this might feel uncomfortable. It may feel like you're allowing others to walk all over you. But remember, silence does not equal weakness. It is the calm strength of the lion resting in the grass, knowing that it doesn't need to roar to be powerful. The second practice is observation. Rather than jumping into every conversation or situation, step back and observe. What are the underlying motivations? What's really going on beneath the surface? Often, when we step away from our emotional reactions, we begin to see the true nature of things. This allows us to make better decisions, to understand others more deeply, and to avoid getting caught up in drama that doesn't serve us. Lastly, embody the Stoic mindset of detachment. This doesn't mean being indifferent or cold. It means not attaching your peace to anything external, whether it's success, failure, approval, or criticism. Practice the art of detachment. When you detach your sense of self-worth from external events, you free yourself from the need to react. You no longer need to defend, argue, or prove anything. You simply are, and in that stillness, you outsmart the world. Are you ready to begin, to step into a space where your silence commands respect, your calmness influences those around you, and your inner peace becomes the ultimate power? If so, comment below with, "I choose silence over chaos." And hit that like button if you're ready to start mastering the art of silent influence. This isn't just philosophy, it's a way of life. Embrace it, and watch how your world transforms. As you begin to practice these principles, you'll find that the world starts to shift around you. People who once tried to provoke you or drag you into their drama will find themselves met with your unshakable stillness. The situations that used to trigger you will lose their power over time. Instead of reacting impulsively, you'll find yourself responding thoughtfully, with clarity, and with purpose. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's not a quick fix, but a gradual transformation that takes place the more you commit to the practices of silence and detachment. The Stoics taught us that change begins from within. It starts with the small decisions we make every day. Choosing silence over reaction, choosing thoughtfulness over impulsiveness, and choosing inner peace over external chaos. The beauty of this path is that it doesn't require you to change who you are or become someone else. You're simply rediscovering the power that already lies within you. You're tapping into an ancient wisdom that's been passed down through the ages, a wisdom that has helped countless individuals navigate the storms of life without losing themselves in the process. And while the world continues to rush around you, you'll find yourself standing firm in your center, unaffected by the turbulence. You'll become a beacon of calm, a silent force that influences everyone around you. People will begin to see your actions, not just your words, and they'll start to trust you more deeply. This silent mastery, this ability to remain calm and composed, will allow you to outsmart not only the chaos of the world, but also the people in it. The power of silence is not in its absence, it's in its presence. It's in knowing that you have the ability to stand still while the world rushes by and still influence everything in your path. This is the true power that the Stoics understood. This is the quiet strength that will carry you through the storms of life, unshaken, unbothered, and unbreakable. As we close, remember this. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to react to be powerful. The real power lies in mastering yourself, staying calm, staying silent, and moving through the world with the quiet strength of a Stoic sage. Take a moment to reflect. Are you ready to begin your journey into silent mastery? Are you ready to step into your true power? If so, make the choice today to embrace the wisdom of silence and watch as the world around you begins to respond to your quiet, unstoppable force. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those who could benefit from this powerful philosophy. And remember, true power lies in the silence within. Keep practicing, keep growing, and may your path be filled with unshakable peace. As you continue to integrate these Stoic principles into your life, you'll notice something profound, the subtle transformation that begins to take place not just within you, but in the way the world interacts with you. The silent force you cultivate becomes a magnet for wisdom, respect, and trust. People will seek your advice, even when you speak the least. They will turn to you, not because of your loud words, but because of the power that radiates from your calm presence. The truth is, the louder the world gets, the more critical it becomes to be the calm center. We are living in an era where everything is amplified. Social media, work pressures, and personal lives are all on a constant high-frequency buzz. But the Stoics teach us that within this noise, there is always a space for inner peace. By learning to stand still, by choosing to be the silent observer, we gain a unique vantage point. We no longer get caught in the turmoil. Instead, we see it for what it is, a passing storm. When you learn to outsmart people silently, you don't force outcomes or manipulate situations. You simply understand the deeper currents of human behavior. You understand what drives others, what their fears and desires are, and you respond with an awareness that disarms any conflict. When the world reacts in panic, you move with quiet intention. When people become agitated or defensive, you remain serene, grounded in your knowing. This subtle strength is often more impactful than any forceful action. And don't forget that this power doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from the control you have over your own mind. By training yourself to stay silent, you're not just avoiding unnecessary conflicts, you're actually cultivating a profound influence over your own destiny. The more you refine this practice, the more resilient and empowered you become. Life will always throw challenges your way: chaos, confrontation, uncertainty. But it is within those moments that you'll realize the real gift of Stoicism, the ability to remain unaffected, the ability to decide in any situation how you will respond. And the beauty is, the more you practice this, the more automatic it becomes. You no longer need to force yourself to be calm. It becomes second nature. You become the eye of the storm, centered and unshaken no matter what life throws your way. I want to leave you with this final thought. Mastery doesn't lie in the number of battles you win or the noise you make. It lies in your ability to maintain peace when others are losing theirs. You don't have to prove your worth by being the loudest. You prove it by being the calmest, the most deliberate, and the most aware. That, my friend, is where true power resides. As you go forward, embrace this practice. Begin each day with the intention to observe, to respond rather than react. and to walk through the world with the quiet confidence of a Stoic sage. The path to silent mastery is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And remember, if you want to keep learning and unlocking the secrets of Stoicism, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a chance to dive deeper into these timeless teachings. Like this video if you're ready to embrace the stillness and share it with others who are ready to step into their own power. Thank you for being here, for seeking wisdom, and for choosing the path of silence. May your journey be one of inner peace and outer influence.